This is Teachable Moments with April podcast, and you guessed it, I'm your host, April. If you're a returning listener and a part of the Teachable Moments with April podcast family, welcome back. For those who are checking me out for the first time, well, hello and welcome. To everyone listening, be encouraged and look for the teachable moments that are all around us. Enjoy. This is Teachable Moments with April podcast, and I wanted to revisit a topic that I discussed Saturday, September 9th at 7 p.m. It was an episode entitled My Two Cents, Is It Just Me? And I spoke about the young lady from Houston, Texas, who made claims and posted a video or two or three to social media, and her claims were that she was hit by an African American man with a brick outside of, it looked like a club. So I want to revisit that topic and some updates that maybe some of you may be aware of and some of you may not. I don't know how many people are following this particular story, so stay tuned, and when we come back, we'll get into the updates. I'll see you then. TV technology is always changing it for the better. More must-see stories, more can't-miss moments, but all that choice makes it harder to stand out and easier to get lost. More of what you love across all of TV, so you're unmissable for the entire streamer's journey. From power on to purchase complete, can't miss moments where TV starts, show-stopping control where TV happens, breakthrough connections where TV engages. Welcome to Roku. Okay, I'm April. Welcome back to Teachable Moments with April podcast. So, as I said, I already did a very brief audio episode here on the podcast September 9th at 7 o'clock. And I just touched on some of what the information that I had. And like I said in the previous episode that I'm speaking of, I had started to do, as soon as I heard about it, I just had to comment on it, and give my commentary. But it seemed like I said in the previous one, as soon as I did that and I turned on and started looking at YouTube, it was all over YouTube. I'm sure it was all over IG, TikTok, probably every other social media platform about this young lady being hit with a brick. Stuff started to surface about her and some of the content that she had put up previously. And it's still happening. And I've taken some notes, so let me kind of look at my notes. Okay. So there are people, I'm sure, like with any topic, that are either on one side or the other, and then there are people that are kind of in the middle, so to speak, about it. I'm kind of in the middle a little bit, because each person, even though I may listen to other people, I'm the kind of person that kind of sits back and I listen to other people. I have very set opinions and thoughts. I'm not a follower. I've already talked about that. I'm more of a loner. So I'm not a person that just kind of just mindlessly follows what another person says. I question it. I think about it. I analyze it. I actually think about it a little too much. Some people have accused me of analyzing things to death. But it is part of who I am. So anyway, some people believe that she is the personification of the modern woman, and I didn't really give it a lot of thought. I have my own thoughts when I see certain things. Women from, who are younger than I, and the way they carry themselves. Some things I understand, and some things, I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand, or I would do it differently because I'm older, okay, and I've lived longer and I've experienced certain things. Then there are things that the younger women have to deal with that maybe I didn't have to. I've talked about that, about Generation Z and different things that are very indicative and very unique to their generation, that all of the generations before them, they didn't have to deal with that. That's something else, dealing with Christianity and the gospel, but everything is connected. We're talking about society, we're talking about this culture that we're living in. So there are things that people have found out about her, but the interesting part about it is the people that are upset, a lot of them are females, and some men, they feel that that they're vilifying this young lady. But see, the thing is because of the culture that we live in, the society we live in, everything is on camera. And a lot of times she's filming herself. I mean, everyone wants to get clicks, and they want to get likes, and they want this and they want that. So it's not like someone went behind her back and filmed it. She filmed it. She gave consent. It's not like they have to really dig too deep to find it, because she posted it. She posted it herself. So that's the society that we live in. That's why a lot of times people say they don't know things, or they didn't know this and they know that. There are things that I don't know because I'm not on social media like that. But everything's, as they say, on Front Street. Everything's posted. Everything is being recorded and and everything. So it's not like they had to dig and go and go to the bottom of the ocean. She posted it herself. Of course, now they're saying that her TikTok is banned. So I think she may have started, or is in the process of starting, a new one. And of course, people are being blamed for that. Now, there are some theories behind that for those who do not actually believe her claims. Sadly, let me look at my notes. They said that 3 years ago, this young lady did a GoFundMe. So now, obviously, there's a GoFundMe, as I spoke of in the other one. 3 years ago, she had something similar. Similar injuries, meaning to her face, and to other parts of her body, but it was for $5,000 in the end. I forgot what the goal was for that particular GoFundMe 3 years ago. It was for medical, it was for legal, a new phone, and it said, and much, much more. This year, 3 years later, it is way more than that. It is going more towards, 40 something $1,000. I don't know what it is. I don't know, is it 41? Is it 47? I don't know what number it is at this moment. But every time someone would post something on YouTube about her, it would go up and up and up. Now, the interesting part about this is the fact that people had shown pictures that she posted herself of her in a club. Now, they said that it was a Somalian club, and it was a club that's predominantly all women. That's what they said, okay? They showed her outfit, even though it was very, dimly lit. There was some light, and she had on a very interesting outfit, more so her face. Meaning, she had on the outfit that we saw in the viral video where she allegedly got hit by the brick, but she also had a face mask that covered her entire face except her eyes. Which is interesting because of what happened to her face. So there are some people that are questioning what was under that mask that she wore. Why on a day? I mean, every area has weather, but especially if she's in Texas, Houston, Texas, like they said, it's extreme heat. So they were trying to, and I don't blame them, to question this. You're just questioning. You're just using logic and deduction. Why was she wearing that full face mask and only her eyes in that type of heat? Even though you're in a club, it may have AC, it may not, I don't really know, but you got all these people, it look pretty crowded, everybody's dancing, everybody up against each other, it's hot as I don't know what. Texas is not a cool place, it is a hot place, okay? It's from what I heard, okay? I've never been there, but I've heard it, I know people who are from there. So why was baby girl wearing that? So it's got me kind of looking at her too. Yes, I'm a woman, but yes, we want to look at the facts. Yes, I can be very emotional, which is what a lot of men were accusing other women of being. Women can be emotional. That is the difference between the sexes. Okay? That's the difference. It's the difference between men and women. Okay, I cannot speak for the other categories, okay, but I just know that I can be, but I can also be logical, okay, and as I've gotten older, I can look at things a little bit more with more clarity, and I would like to believe I've learned some things, okay. When you're younger, you see things in a different way, and you can't really see the whole picture. You think everything's like this and everything's like that, and it's very limited, your worldview. So it has to do not just with being a woman or a man, it has to do with your age, your ability to learn, and your comprehension and your life experiences. This is just my opinion. Okay, so with all of that said, so the outfit, that is questionable. I'm the type of person, I would not be able to wear that. Even if I was younger, I would not be interested in wearing that, okay, unless you're a ninja, or I'm not a ninja, or I don't know, a street fighter from Mortal Kombat, I don't know, which is pretty cool, but no, not in that kind of heat. And if you're in a club dancing and all them people is up against you, I have to say no, okay? I'm a sweater. I sweat a lot. So that's a no, okay? And especially you got makeup on. When I used to wear makeup, No, I'm not wearing no full face mask, okay? It does not appeal to me. I'm not knocking it. If you like it, I love it. Okay, so I can't ignore, let me look at my notes, the fact that she had, and I think I touched on this, and maybe I didn't, was that she had a bunch of skits that she posted. Okay, nobody else had to dig 6 feet under or 12 feet under like an undertaker to find. They were on her previous TikTok page, okay, in which she was just going up to white men. Okay, I know, but men, they're men. White men at that, which I find very interesting. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I stress that, then I don't know. I don't know what to say about that if you don't already know. But for someone of color, whether you be Somalian or whatever, you're non-white, is to slap Caucasian men. That really says something. Not to say that they are untouchable, but still there is things that are going on in our society that even though we're at where we're at in society, in the world, let me say, it's still some things that stay the same, sadly. It's very sad. So anyway, people are saying that her doing that these were skits. And one lady said that she was doing it for funsies, which I love that word, but slapping grown men for funsies, and it had to do with reparations. Okay, I understand. I have a pretty good sense of humor, and I have a pretty good level of comprehension for words. I love words. I love writing. But slapping white men has to do with reparations. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain that to me. I've seen the skits, maybe not in their entirety, but I have seen them. When I look at it, I don't really think of reparations. No, I just see her slapping men. I didn't see her slap any men of color or minority men, which is very interesting. But of course, this is allegedly for reparations. These are reparations skits. Okay. Teach his own. Okay, so then I saw another video that was very popular. They said that she had posted these to her TikTok, and she was talking about her preferences for other women, and she went on to the many things and the attributes of women. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, with the talking about women, uplifting women to an extent. Okay, so I'm just going to put that out there, to an extent. She basically went on that she didn't need any men. She didn't need men. She didn't need any man. And that women unto themselves are protectors. Okay, so with that being said, so this particular video is one that was referenced a lot, especially in the beginning. And I have to side with the, whether it be men or women or both, that if you're saying that you don't need a man and you don't need men, and men are basically useless, and that women are their own protectors and they protect other women, then what exactly were you talking about in the viral video? Of course, no one should get hit with a brick. No one should. A man shouldn't, a child shouldn't. You shouldn't do it to an animal. You should keep, as I said in the first video, you should keep your hands to yourself, okay? But if you're saying that you're a protector and you don't need it, why would you expect a man or men to come to your defense? You've already put it on Front Street. And the interesting thing is that a lot of the guys there, some of them did not know her, and some of them did know her. They said they knew all about her. Okay, and they all said that she was some type of troublemaker. Now, in the incident 3 years ago, it had to do, I don't know, was it at a club or a function? And it was actually not just one man, but from what I understand, a couple at least, and they were security. Something occurred or happened. They said that she provokes and antagonizes, and she tends to do that to men. Okay. Now, another part of this was these two young men who I've also seen at the forefront. They said that they were over by the gas station, and they said that they actually did help her. They didn't see what happened, but they were the ones that called the cops, and they are the ones that called the ambulance, and they are the ones that stayed with her. Of course, these two young men are the ones among many that she attacked in the original video. So the credibility is kind of weak. It's very fragile there. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the archetype of the modern woman. What do men think of what is now is coined as the modern woman? Okay, meaning she's getting to the bag. She don't need no man. She does this. She does what she wants with whoever she wants, however she wants. She dresses however she wants. And this is often personified in music and in the culture itself, the black culture, our culture. You have the Megs the Stallions. You have Sukihana. You have, sadly, this breaks my heart, Keke Palmer. I'm going to have to add her to it. Some girl, I don't remember what her name is. She's some kind of rapper, but a lot of people are not impressed with her rapping. I can't think of what her name is. Something Red. They said that her rapping's pretty weak. And it's pretty graphic. I actually love hip-hop. I love rap. I'm a little bit old school, but I like a lot of the newer stuff. But as of late, like I said, I've stopped listening to a lot of the music because it's got no finesse. It's got nothing to it. It's just a bunch of profanity, and it's just tasteless, and it's just going in a direction that really makes me sad. And I've actually stopped listening to a lot of music, and I love music. I love to dance. I love music, but it's really left, like, so to speak, a bad taste in my mouth. It's like it has no imagination, no creativity. You're talking about your privates. You over and over. If it's a woman, there was always a certain a undercurrent in all music, R&B, of sexuality and so forth and so on. That I'm not against, but when it's just you actually have a name that just Pussy. I mean, it's just like, okay, women have it, okay, but when the song, that's all that it's called, and you're just repeating the same word over and over and over again, it just kind of, to me, it just kind of lays flat, so to speak. That's not creativity to me. Okay, so I notice I'm very intrigued by Black men and what they have to say about it. There have been women that have talked about it, but I'm more intrigued at what they think about the modern woman, this personification, this archetype of the Black woman, and how this is something that sadly I think society is seeing us all as, and it's not very flattering. Okay, it's not flattering at all. It makes us look very cheap. I think it's covered up with empowerment. You're being empowered. I keep hearing this over and over again. You're empowered. You're not being empowered. Okay? I don't want to say what it is, but I think we all know what it is. And it cheapens us. And people are looking at us. It's not good. It's not a good look. I feel like I keep saying, I said it in the other one, it's not a good look. And I know a lot of modern women are going to say, I don't care. They can do this. They can do that. You got the Glorrillas. You got the other girls that are saying this. It's, all I can say without saying something really horrible is you look cheap and you look tawdry. And people are laughing at us. That's what it is. And it's not empowerment. I know you want to see it as empowerment, but it's not. And it just makes me really, really sad. And people are very critical of us already, and you're making us look worse. That's what it is. It's not. It's somebody has sold you something, and you need to get your money back, because it's like we're streetwalkers. That's what it looks like. We come from kings and queens. We birth nations. And all we are reduced to is songs about private parts, getting the bag, and being with all these men. And no. You talk about being a queen, but you are the opposite of that. Powering the possibilities of tomorrow starts today. For our homes, our farms, our schools, and our businesses. That's why your Touchstone Energy Cooperative continually plans for the future by utilizing and sourcing safe, reliable power for the next generation. It's why we've created a balanced energy mix that includes wind, hydro, and solar, and why we continue exploring new energy sources. It's the reason we are investing in critical infrastructure to keep bringing power to the prairie and building a more resilient power grid, all while keeping rates affordable, because the energy we put in today will power the possibilities tomorrow. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, powering possibilities. My final thoughts. Okay, so welcome back. So essentially, I think that this particular situation, I didn't foresee this. At first, it was just something that, like I said, when I first heard it, it was a man that I looked at his YouTube. I think his name is Stock Market Steve. He was saying that a lot of women, black women, were triggered by what happened. And I think that's the best way to put it. It's why a lot of us, when you initially heard about her being hit, allegedly by a brick, by a man, by anyone, but especially a man, it did something to us women, especially black women, minority women, and our feelings of being vulnerable and feeling unprotected. And there's a lot of violence that is perpetuated against us. And it's on so many levels. This society, I feel like, promotes it and normalizes it. So when you first hear it, of something happening to another woman, a woman of color, you kind of jump and you automatically put yourself in that situation. That's how I saw it. And you want to protect her, and you a line of solidarity with her, because right away, this is my thinking. I don't know what other women were thinking right away. I can only speak from my own perspective, was that I saw myself in her as if I was in her position. And that made my heart go out to her initially. But then before I could even, like I say the words that I said and feel what I felt, I started to, right away, things started to surface about her. And I wasn't on board with that. I wasn't co-signing to that. You don't go up to people and do these things. Okay, you may feel some type of way. You may have certain, philosophies and beliefs based on your own life experiences. And I get that. I understand that. I respect that. But you can't go up to people and do that. You can't go up to people, whether it's a skit, it's for funsies, or whatever the other girl called it. It's not funny, but I'm like, funsies, going up and slapping men in the face is not for funsies. And then I started to wonder, I said, were these men in on it? I mean, I didn't get it. I don't know. And I have a very unusual sense of humor. Okay, I'm not a serious person. I feel like I'm serious when I need to be, but I do have I see humor in things that a lot of people don't. So I don't think I'm stuck up or uptight when it comes to humor. But going up to people and slapping the taste out of their mouth, that's no, baby girl, no. So I started to wonder when I was looking at some of these skits. I was like, are they in on this? But they showed it. I couldn't tell with the younger guy. I don't know where they were at, but there was an older guy that looked like he was sitting down. It looks like he was having a beer or something. He was having a drink. He didn't look like he was in on it, and she slapped him. I mean, like, she slapped the brakes off of this man across his face. And then she bent down because he was sitting down and she was standing up. She laughed in his face, like really, like maniacal. I was like, oh my God, help me, Lord Jesus. I'm like, I'm surprised one of them didn't oh my God, do something to her. Because but everybody kept saying, it's just a skit. It's just a skit. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of ironic that she did that, and whatever else she said or did to the men I'm talking about in these skits, and then whatever allegedly happened in the video that went viral, okay, that someone hit her with a brick, allegedly. Although some people are suggesting, like I said, with I'm gonna call it the Ninja Mortal Kombat mask, club mask. I don't know. That something else might have been lurking underneath that mask, and other people start talking about there's so many people that know about how to do, I don't want to say special effects. I've seen people on YouTube do what they call it SFX, makeup, different things, different challenges. People are into makeup, and especially that kind of makeup where you make it look like you're injured. It can, like for movies and different things like that. People who go to school for that or are self-taught. So it would be easy for that to happen. Maybe she may have some type of condition. I don't know. I don't know. But there is a lot missing from this particular story. There's more to it than meets the eye, and that's with all things, you know. This particular situation really brought up, like I said, with the men, black men, they were talking about the modern woman and their frustrations and how they really feel about her. Women who that fit into that particular category, so to speak, of and the mentality, and how a lot of them lose their lives. This is what really caught my attention, and I think it's important that a lot of men talking about how many men they know who have came to the aid of a woman. Not that they didn't want to, they did, and they ended up losing their lives, or they ended up incarcerated for a very, very long time. And this is something that we should not sweep under the rug, that should be talked about, and is very important. That a lot of violence and things are happening, okay, not only to the black woman, but to the black man. Now, when you think about the black woman, the different things, the trauma that she has gone through, and that has put her in a mindset in which she feels that she has to just focus on this, getting to the bag, okay, and going and doing this, that, and the other, and getting flued out, and all of this, and all this, that, and the other, okay. That we've gotten to that. It's the whole. It is an even bigger picture. Let me go even further. It's that we're living in a world and a society that has perpetuated and sold us some type of, I say a dream, but it's more like a nightmare, that somehow has put a wedge into our communities, that have put men on one side and put the women on the other side, and it has totally displaced the black family, the community. There's no solidarity. Everybody's out for themselves. Then the possibility with this, now there is a gentleman named Willie D, and he is from the Ghetto Boys back in the day. He started to make some comments. Now, I didn't agree with everything that Willie D said, but he did touch on, and Stock Market Steve spoke on this. There's an agenda. There's an agenda. And I feel like the people that are in certain higher levels of this society and this world we live in, they want to start race wars. I noticed it with the migrants. When they would say certain things and put certain things on TV and online, they want people to trigger people. So when they do and say certain things against the migrants, because there's a dual story here, and a lot of things are not matching up. They want people to fight with the migrants. Then they want people to fight with each other. They want men against women. There's something deeper here. And like I said, I think it's because Willie D and Stock Market, Steve and other people like that, are more my age. They're older. They can see, not to say that younger people cannot, but they see that the agenda, that there's something, the puppet master is pulling the strings. Okay, so they want people to not look out for each other. This is being perpetuated in the news. They keep perpetuating people, not just men, but women who wanted to do the right thing and they lost their lives. Whenever you help someone, you lose your life. Now, this may happen, but I think that they want you to be to have empathy. They want you to be apathetic. So when you see something, you don't help. That you're in this perpetual state of indifference and fear. Either one. That's what I feel. That's my own opinion. I think that they don't want people. They want to discourage that. They want you to feel a certain type of way about the migrants, because those people were brought here for a reason, and it's not a good one. That's what I feel in my spirit. Okay, no matter what they say on their TV about this, that, and the third, there's something. These people in danger. Okay, because why are all these people coming here like in droves, and it ain't stopping? Something is bringing them there, and something's being suppressed of why they're coming here. They didn't come like that before. Think about it. Why are they coming like that now? And then they're coming here, and they sleeping in the police station and on the street and in tents. Is that the American dream? No. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. People. It's my people. Something ain't right. Okay? So I think they just want you. But the bottom line, what I want to say is that we need to, whenever this happens, you need to turn your attention. It's good to know about current events. It's good to have opinions, commentary. Turn yourself, your vision, your mind, your spirit to God, because this is also a way of a distraction. Be aware, but not so absorbed. And it's very easy to get caught and entrapped and entangled. That word entanglement. Entangled in this, that, in the other. Take all things to God. But these people, this is something else. There's something bigger underneath this. They want you to be distracted and fighting with each other. Men and women fighting, other races fighting. And they want to discourage when you see something and helping your fellow man or woman. That's what I feel. They want to say it without saying it, like low key. Say, okay, this person helped this other person and they lost their life. They were doing the right thing. It's like a script. Do you guys notice that? And they were doing the right thing. They keep saying that, no matter if it's a man or it's a woman. Every time someone helps someone, they make sure they push it in the news that they lost their lives. So they want people to be scared to help someone, or totally indifferent. Oh, you got hit with a brick. Oh, I'm not going to help you. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. People may not agree. And like I said, it's just my 2 cents. You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. We invite you to stay connected with us on the other social media platforms of ours, which is TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. Also, we'd like to invite you to check out our official podcast landing page on podpage.com/teachable moments with April to see all our content in one place and leave personal messages, feedback, and more.